Hi, I'm Kelly from AMS, and I'm here with Thomas Ripson, President and CEO of Martin.
Hi.
And you're going to tell me about these fabulous guitars.
Thank you. Exactly.
They're beautiful.
Well, we have lots of guitars around here, but let's start with this one. We found an artist, Julie Heffernan, who is a world-renowned fine artist. And she actually previously collaborated with Adam Jones from Tool on using some of her artwork on an electric guitar.
Oh, wow.
So we reached out to her and thought, well, can we do this on an acoustic guitar? She deals a lot with nature subjects, humans interacting with nature. She's all about the environment. And this painting is actually one of her real paintings. She does really big ones that she thought would be perfect for this body. It's a Dou O body. It's called Self-Portrait in Man in Arms. And so you see these little mannequins there fighting an octopus. And for
they're
her,
fighting the octopus.
Yeah, they're fighting. And for her, that was the theme to express that humans often fight what they don't understand what threatens them. And then you see this elaborate nature around it, right? So it's just beautiful. There's so much going on in these paintings. But this is the Dou O Oliver. So the top is printed, right? So the image is printed. On top, it's spruce top. And then we have koa back and sides.
Wow.
And it's just an incredibly beautiful guitar, I think.
It is beautiful.
And it's called Dou O Oliver because she dedicated this guitar to her son, who is a musician. He's also a filmmaker. And he also had some of the artwork is inside the guitar that he contributed.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's the Dou O Oliver.
Wow, it's so intricate and so beautiful. I love the meaning behind it too.
Right, and it is limited to 104 units and hand-signed by Julie and myself.
Wow.
So this will absolutely be a collectible for whoever gets their hands on this.
It seems like a very labor-intensive process to create something like this.
Absolutely. It is labor-intensive. But the Dou O, you know, we've had a Dou O model around for a long time, but I think it was more to find the right painting that fits with this, and then to create the overall aesthetics. This model also has a sloped shoulder, which we don't really do that often for Dou O, but it was all about just making sure the design, the aesthetics all are harmonious and fit together.
Cohesive, yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So let's go over to the other side.
Sure. Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you. So next one is the CO11. And some of you may know that Chris Martin started a line of guitars that was called the CEO line. He did the first 9. And 2 years ago, since I was the CEO, he asked me, do you want to design the next one? That was the CEO 10. That was my first CEO designed guitar. And that was quite traditional. So I looked a lot at traditional guitars and used a lot of vintage features. This one, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something with colors. It's called New Horizons Blue. It's a new Martin color. And then I also thought about, is there anything special about the number 11? And I found out in numerology, 11 is a master number, and master numbers come with certain meanings. And the 11 number is associated with intuition, inspiration, and enlightenment.
Oh, wow.
So CO11, it's all about that. So how do we express that? If you look at the inlays, they have a beautiful flow to it. It's all hand inlays. We have the Unalom symbol, which is actually the Buddhist symbol for the path to enlightenment.
Oh, wow.
So we thought that fits with the theme. And
Absolutely.
This style and the size is an M model. It's a quadruple O. It's a little bit bigger than triple O or double O. And we've heard from many players for quite a while, you guys don't do enough with the M style and the M size. And we had one model in our line, the M36, which is discontinued. So we thought the M size is a good thing to bring back.
Yeah, deserves some love.
Exactly. And then the wood here.
It's beautiful.
Back and sides. This is German white oak, which we don't use that often. And actually, when we designed this guitar, we didn't quite know what the sound would be. But it turned out really well. It creates a beautiful, warm tone.
Then what made you reach for that German white oak?
Well, we actually, one thing we absolutely want to do is make more use of alternative materials, a broader spectrum. And the nice thing about white oak is it's a sustainable material. Oak is actually available in, large quantities.
Right.
And so from a sustainability perspective, we thought it would be good. But also if you look at just the pattern of the wood, the grain.
It's really nice.
And how it all fits together, especially if you wear jeans and the right outfits, it fits very well together. So no, but we thought the wood is beautiful, and the tonal characteristics fit with this model. So that I think was the reason.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, maybe to also show, it has a flamed maple neck. So usually we have mahogany necks. Here it's flame maple. It's incredibly comfortable to play, and it contributes to the overall warmth of the tone that this guitar creates. It's going to be available, limited series, but 1,111 units will be available for sale. Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's sustainable. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like the sustainable wood choice too goes so well with the whole idea of the harmony that you're bringing to it.
Exactly.
It's all cohesive, and it really is captivating to look at.
Yeah, and it's kind of a Martin guitar, but it also looks a little bit different, right? Yeah.
Very exciting.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I am here with Mike, and you're going to take me through the standard series, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get
Thanks
into
for coming out.
Of course.
2025 is a big year for us. We're refreshing the standard series with a lot of appointments that really nod back to vintage things that players are really looking for. And we're going after 3 key areas: tone, playability, and aesthetics. So to start with tone, we've gone to Golden Era inspired bracing. So it's very similar to what you'll find on the Modern Deluxe series of guitars. Really great tonal benefit there. Scalloping's a little bit different, so it's just a great tonal upgrade. Secondly, we've gone to bone bridge pins pretty much across the line. The only exception being an 18, we'll get ebony, but great natural materials for bridge pins. Complement really well with saddles and nuts being made of bone. Next up, aesthetics. Instruments with a long diamond, or with a diamond, pardon me, will now get a long diamond. So historically, the diamonds were carved much longer, and we're going to that cue. We've also given the instruments a new bridge. We're calling the GE Modern Belly. Same footprint, so it looks very similar, but we've done a lot more carving, so it's a lot more comfortable when you're playing. If you're palm muting, resting on the bridge, it's really comfortable. And it's also just, again, another subtle thing that would happen with vintage instruments. They'd get worn over time, etc.
Right.
The fingerboard is authentic spec, so a little thinner, which allows you to grasp the strings with a little more ease. And we've also added what we call a comfort bevel on the edge of the fingerboard to just make that playing experience really comfortable.
Ergonomic.
So a lot going on with these instruments, and we're really super excited.
And they look beautiful as well.
Thank you so much.
I'm really excited. Oh, the double neck has left the building.
Yes.
I was really excited to talk about the double neck.
Well, Mr. Lawler may let us borrow it.
It's all yours.
Thank you so much. So yeah, this has been very popular. Everyone wants to play it. We haven't seen many 2 players, right? This kind of begs for that, but we haven't seen it yet. So yeah, the story behind this is John Mayer saw a video from NAMM 2012 or so, 2011, where we had a prototype double neck guitar, which we haven't had in the line since about 1907. So very long time. But he saw this double neck guitar and was like, hey, could I borrow that for a tour I'm doing? I'm thinking of doing kind of an acoustic showcase, and this would be great for it. So we dug it out of the archives, fixed it up, and sent it off to him. And we started getting a lot of calls. Custom was getting requests to make these, and we're like, we really don't do that. But once we got enough calls, it was obviously deemed time to start making it. So we did. A lot of interesting things going on here in terms of build technique.
Sure.
2 neck blocks holding the neck, both compound dovetails, and then a center or a middle neck block just supporting the whole structure. Because you can imagine there's a lot of tension with 18 strings, as we were just talking about. 1 bridge plate, 2 bridges.
Oh, wow.
And it is just absolutely monstrous sounding.
Yeah.
A pickup selector to bounce between the 12 string and the 6 string, voiced very specifically for this instrument by Fishman. And yeah, we're pumped for this one.
If I've only ever played a single neck guitar, which I think most people have,
Of course.
this could be a little intimidating. How would
Yes.
you recommend somebody dip their toe into the world of double neck guitars?
I think you have to approach it with confidence, and maybe start off on the 6th string and then ease your way into the 12th,
Sure.
perhaps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's really, really cool.
Thank you,
An
yeah.
exciting thing to look at.
Yeah.
So what do we have here?
So we have a collaboration with Billy Strings, really renowned bluegrass revivalist. He's been a great Martin enthusiast, certainly on the vintage side. And to that end, we've developed 2 custom models with Billy based on his 1940 D28. The model we're looking at here is the DX2E Billy Strings. So very 28-esque in terms of forward-facing appointments.
Ooh.
Spruce top,
The back
Brazilian
is pretty.
rosewood,
Wow.
patterned HPL. Right, so it looks pretty standard, but it does have a few interesting twists because Billy is a very unique player and enthusiast, obviously. So 25-inch scale length and 1 23/32 nut width. So that's right in between what we'll typically do. And what this is giving you, certainly on the 25-inch scale, is a more slinky feel, more in the vein of a smaller bodied triple O in that vein, if you think about it, but in a dreadnought body. So it's kind of a hybrid of those worlds, and really cool playing experience, and we're just jazzed to
Yeah,
be
you
able to
should
show
be.
this. Thank you.
I'm noticing a lot of the features are leaning towards vintage features. Why do you think players are attracted to that vintage style right now?
Yeah, well, I think certainly within the player, world, a lot of the music is sort of driving towards that, especially in the vein of bluegrass,
Yeah.
etc. But I think that's what people are looking for from our brand, right?
Right.
We have this legacy of all these really interesting features, and if we can pepper them into modern builds, it's just great
Right.
combination.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason. We're in the Martin booth here at NAMM 2025, and this is serial number 3 million. And what really this guitar represents, other than the 3 millionth guitar that the company has built, it's the CF Martin N Company, that N Company, all the employees that have worked for Martin Guitar through the years. And this guitar has an Adirondack spruce top, and on it we have sycamore and gold inlaid to represent growth rings in a tree. So we have the 192 years of the company. Then you have diamonds laid out at specific years, like when the Martin family came to the United States, when they moved to Cherry Hill, Pennsylvania, when they moved the factory from Cherry Hill to North Street, when they moved to Sycamore Street. On the back, we have a sycamore tree just because of that close relationship. Martin's been on Sycamore Street building guitars since 1964. So wanted to inlay that in the back of the guitar. On the pickguard, we have rubies. I should mention the pickguard is made of palladium. So we have rubies laid out at Martin's different locations in the Nazareth area. Cherry Hill, North Street, and then finally Sycamore Street.
All right. And last but not least, tell me about this bad boy.
Yeah, certainly not least. We have an addition to the Road series that we're calling Retro Plus. Retro being a nod to vintage style appointments, as we were talking about the benefit of that. And this is very much 18-esque in terms of appointments, as you may notice. But this is out of the Road series in our plant from Navajo, Mexico. We're going with a torrefied spruce top. That's the plus of the Retro Plus. And mahogany back and sides, full gloss. Really beautiful instrument all around.
Seems very light and thin.
Very, very light, resonant guitar. It's a real boomer with that torrefied top. And this is kind of our approach to offering a lot of higher end appointments and things that you may expect to see on the higher end of our product line in a more affordable package to really get more players into the fold.
Yeah. That's a noble goal.
Thank you. Yes.
So I'm noticing an empty slot here. What would fill that void?
That would be the D version of the instrument that we're talking about. But as you can see, we have many players really excited to play these instruments, so we don't have all of them hanging in front of us.
To check out all the awesome new guitars that Martin has to offer, head on over to AmericanMusical.com.